just great to play a complete game and get back to that first half defense and the rebounding domination on the glass. To double them up. That's just back to identity things and great balanced scoring and Naheem with the bench production. Just thrilled with the way the guys showed up for this one. They handled this game the way a UConn team should handle a game like this.
Coach, how much did the first possession set the tone? It seemed like they ran down the shot clock, they were guarding well, and then Jordan had to really get the place going.
Yeah, I mean the game is about your best players have to play really well, consistently, and obviously Adama, Jordan, played like two of the better players in the league. Tristan obviously was really good, and Alex has been the best freshman in the conference. And Donovan's been right there with him the whole year. But your best players play really well. You got a great chance to win. And then if you defend the way we did in the first half in particular, and then just a rebounding, just dominating.
What about the way you guys are able to sustain your efforts? I mean, you didn't really have too many lapses.
Yeah, I mean, minus the sloppy, we did some bizarre things with the pressure. Sometimes it just gets hard to play against pressure when you're up big. We didn't do a very good job of making second, third moves to get open decisively. We didn't keep the spacing. We had that lull in the first half too, where we were playing really, really well, and then there was like a 2 or 3 minute stretch where, where we couldn't sustain it. But we played, I thought, at a really high level for probably 35 minutes. And that's obviously enough to beat a really good team handily.
Dan, whoa. What do you think such a complete performance against a really good team should mean just for the confidence and psyche of your guys? Particularly just given some of the ups and downs that the last few months have seen.
I like I said, maybe we should have just spread out our losses more. What college team doesn't go through, a difficult stretch during the season? I don't think the schedule lined up great for us. We played, just a series of road games in places that are incredibly hard. You go play a game at Marquette, and they're into the game from the first possession. Everyone's wearing blue and gold. I mean, it's an impossible place to play sometimes. And Providence, that place is a zoo from when the beginning of the game starts. I mean, Xavier, those are really hard places to win to begin with. Obviously, I still don't have much of an explanation for the St. John's game. But I just think in general, teams go through tough stretches during the course of a season. The bottom line is we're 19-6. We've beat some of the best teams in the country. I think we've got wins against 3 top 10, top 12 Ken Pom teams in convincing fashion. We've won at Florida, who's a potential tournament team. We've beaten Oklahoma State at home, who's a potential. We got a lot of great wins, and we're hoping to end the season on a roll, get our mojo back going into tournament play.
How big was it for, you mentioned Naheem, to not only, you wanted the more bench scoring from anybody, and for him to come through like that with really probably his best game of the year. Yeah,
I mean, if he could get that, I mean, if that starts happening, that's a problem for the other people. If we could get that type of, with what we're getting from Tristan now on the offensive end, what we're getting from Jordan, what Alex does at the 4. I thought Andre played with tremendous energy and affected a lot of things, even though his stat line wasn't great. But you give us a guy like Naheem that gets back to his old form. That's going to be a problem for the other guy.
Dan, Tristan had a really rough game against St. John's, but has been significantly better since. What's been the difference for him?
I just think maybe sometimes you got to bottom out before you can, try to maybe take a look in the mirror and you make a decision. That's Kamani's a heck of a coach. I help Kamani with the guards. I think we do a great job with the guards. But that's just Tristan Newton, just growing up and deciding that that he had to do more, had to play better, had to attack more, had to take matters into his own hands and go out and make plays.
Dan, maybe it was at the end of the half when he hit that shot, but did you have a moment there where you kind of said, yeah, we got the feeling back? We kind
I just thought that first half, man. I mean, just that's a really good team. I don't know, top 8 team in the country. Ken Palm, these guys have been playing great. They're a scary offensive team. I just thought our sharpness and the way we were, contesting things. I think our formula is make people uncomfortable, defensively. They're one of the top assist teams in the country. Game to game, we forced them to become one-on-one players. Held them to 7 assists, doubled them up, plus 24 on the glass. We had 20 assists. Obviously, the turnover was disappointing, but the ball was moving. We looked like the team. We looked like the non-conference team.
You mentioned Tristan growing up a little bit, but how much going forward, if he can stabilize that point guard position for you, it just makes a world of difference for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, the formula for us is the dominant center play. We could overwhelm people at center with those 2 guys. Obviously, Jordan, what Jordan brings to the table, what Alex has been able to do. But Tristan is, the 2 things that just stick out to me would be, again, could we get this version of Naheem more consistently, and then obviously, Tristan playing at this level with an improved defensive effort by us makes us hard to gets us back to looking more like the team that's played the non-conference and the Creighton home game where we were really good. I mean, Creighton's one of the best teams in the country, so that was also a great win for us.
Coach, early on in that Marquette game in Milwaukee, the plan for the Golden Eagles seemed to be to go at Karaban a lot. Seemed like today you were able to keep those bigs in check. What changed? Did Karaban improve a lot defensively? Something schematically? What happened there?
Yeah, I think he's just holding up a lot better. I mean, this league is a gauntlet at the 4. With a guy like Prosper, who I think is going to play in the NBA. Bryce Hopkins. Fremantle. I mean, it seems like on an every night basis, and I just think that Alex is, he's battle tested. He's kind of played against these really outstanding 4-man, and I just think that he's learned a lot and has gotten better defensively too. He's a freshman. Most freshmen are horrible defensive players. He probably wasn't a horrible defensive player. He was just not a good defensive player, but he's getting better, and he has surprising length, even though he's not a great vertical athlete. Alex got really long arms, and he's smart.
Defensively, from the get-go, you kind of smothered them. Just what went into that effort? How valuable was that? And what kind of position does that put opponents in when you're playing defense like that in front of a crowd like that?
Yeah, I just think neutrals and at Florida and on the road we got to defend like that. The rebounding and the defense is our identity. I think people have been too comfortable playing against us, and I thought tonight we made them a little bit more uncomfortable at times, like taking away easy reverse passes, turning them into one-on-one players, which is different for them because they're one of the best offensive teams in the country, and we wanted Kolek to shoot a lot. I mean, that guy's he's the best quarterback in college basketball, so we wanted him to have 3 assists or less, and I didn't mind if he took 20 shots tonight.
Dan, it certainly helps when you shoot as well as you did from beyond the arc. Obviously, Tristan, a big part of facilitating that, but what have you liked about the growth of your entire team from scoring from behind the arc?
Yeah, I mean, we're a good 3-point shooting team. I believe in our 3-point shooting. I thought Jordan made obviously a couple of tough ones, but the rest of them were, came off of assists and were good rhythm threes. And obviously Adamo was getting a lot of attention. They trapped the post, and we knew we would get really good looks. You know,
How can this help you going forward? I mean, obviously, it's a great win over a really good team. How can it help you?
yeah, I mean, it's just another, you know, we've had a bunch of really great wins over some really, really good teams. You know, I've reminded our team that, you know, that we've gone through our bad stretch that every team in the country goes through. You know, because of the incredible start, maybe ours was a little bit more extended, you know, that bad stretch. But we have a chance here, you know, in the last 6 games. We got two at Gamble. We got one back here, you know, and we love playing in, you know, in both places. And then obviously we got a huge opportunity on Saturday. You know, and then we got a chance to play at the Garden and a chance to go to play at Villanova. So, yeah, we got a chance down the stretch in these last 6 regular season games to get that mojo back, get that confidence back, start feeling really good about ourselves going into tournament play. Where I just think that we're built for tournament play. We proved it earlier in the year. We just want to get that mojo back. Thank you.
Thank you.